Alright, so after my camera debacle, I decided to play another game, and I felt that 1500 just wasn't enough. And now I'm playing a diagonal. So you can see here, we are running diagonal, and we've got 5 objectives here. 2 are under the hills. We've got the bow horse archers for the high elves, sword masters behind the regular warriors, and then we've got archers, silver helms, battle sisters, or whatever they are, the magical bow sisters, dragon princes with a leader. They get protection, and the warriors got a leader that gives them +1 to attack. And you got the lions, the bolt thrower, and the phoenix guard way over there. Now, I had set up everything except for my scouts, which I put over there on the objective on the hill to shoot at their strong flank. I set up first, putting the treeman brutes, owls, and the archers, my glade guard, over here. And they're really only going to have this to deal with, so this flank is going to be pretty easy to take those 2 objectives, I would think. The middle objective is going to be the real worry. I'm going to get there first because of my strider. I've got my tree giant and treeman over here to try to hold up this flank here as much as possible until these guys can get around. The owls move fast, so they should be able to get through as long as we can knock out those phoenix guard quickly. And then these guys should soften up their middle while these guys take the middle. So we'll see how it all works out. 1500 point game, high elves versus wood elves. All right, so we have a battle between the high elves and the wood elves. We're doing a diagonal. This is a duel, so it's just 5 objectives. The wood elves already have 1 here with their scouts. However, now the way that I play these solo games, I set up all my stuff except for the scouts. Then I rolled to see where these guys go. I broke it down to 3, and I just started placing them within its 3 sections as best I could. I put the warriors out first, then the archers, the lion guys, the phoenix, the bolt thrower, and then the sword masters and the cavalry. And so I put them out there, slid them around, so it made some sort of sense. Obviously, we got some troops behind others, so they're not optimized to come at me in a battle line, but I had to put all my stuff out first, and then once I saw them, I put up my scouts. And so this is how we start turn 1. The high elves get to go first, so we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and the phoenix are 19, 20. And we rolled a 16. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, so the dragon princes can't move, so we'll go to the ones in front of them. They can move 12, and so they're going to move up and contest this objective right here. All right, so that is the first move by the high elves. I am going to move, and let's put a marker on the lions. Let's move these brutes up here to contest this objective and be in position to fight next turn. And now we'll do the same thing again for the high elves. 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So these guys can move 16 inches, and they're going to move to that spot and spin. So go here, and then spin, and that is High Elves move. So let's see, what should we do with the... Now these guys only have a defense of 4, if I remember correctly. So the High Elves, or the Wood Elves scouts here, do have a 50-50 chance of taking out some of these guys here. They're going to absolutely wreck face if they get in. So let me see what I can do. I have 5. I need 4s. And I get 2 hits. And then 4 ups to defend. And they block 1, but they lose one cavalry guy. So he's dead. Put him back on the shelf. And now the High Elves go. So let's see what the High Elves are going to do. They roll an 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it's going to be the sisters. And what they're going to do is, now they can move full movement, but since they're going into here, they're just going to move their half movement and shoot at the scouts and see what they could do there. So they get 5 shots. They need 3s to hit. And they get rending, I believe. All these are hits. I defend on a 5. And I block 1. So 1 guy survives. Let's roll to see if they... Okay, and then they are all but wiped out. And they failed their check. Oh, hold on a second. I got to redo that. I almost messed this up last time. Oh, I almost messed it up this time. We messed it up last time. So they hit on 3s. However, they are stealth, so it's 4s. So that's a miss. All right, so 2 hits. And I believe they get rending. Yes. So I need a 6 on this one. Don't get it. And then a 5 on that one. Don't get it. So I lose 2. So that's a very different story. Actually, they got an extra defense, but it didn't matter. They still missed out. So these 2 guys are dead. So now what do I do? Can I reach these guys? No, even with the extra movement. I'm going to move these guys up 6. They are going to get shots, so they get 9 because I'm not counting the guy in the back because only the first 2 rows can shoot. This is something I kind of got wrong the last game. The leader, however, gets 3 shots, so 9 plus 3 equals, well, I'm still going to have to do them separate. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, so normally they hit on 4s, but the leader, since they're in terrain, lets them hit on 3s, and they get AP1. And they're shooting at the Phoenix Guard, I'm sorry. So they hit on 3s, so 1 miss, no rending or anything like that. AP1, so they defend on 5s. And only 1 save, but then they get regen on 5s. And so they're 6 killed, so 5. So the Phoenix Guard are dead. So much for this elite wing here. Don't have to worry about them at all. That was pretty anticlimactic for the Phoenix Guard. and I didn't even have to use all my shots, so shots got wasted. And I put a marker on my Glade Guard. I really like that unit. I'm glad I got it in there. My favorites are Glade Guard and the Owls, of course. All right, so this flank is already not doing so hot, so let's see what we have left from the High Elves. 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That would have been the sisters. 1. So the cavalry here, I'm going to have them, let's see, so they can move 8 and shoot, right? So if they did that, then they can go right in the center of that 4. And they're going to shoot at the scouts. So they get 5 shots needing 4s. That's 2 hits. Actually, they got stealth, so they need 5, so it's just 1 hit. And then they are 5 plus 1, so 4 to save. They don't get it, so they lose another guy. And now they got to roll 4s. They do get it, so they stick. So they just lose a guy, but they're okay. All right, so now the Wood Elves. I've got these guys left over. They're already pointing in this direction. So let's get them over here and then spin them this way. And that'll be the end of the Wood Elves. So now we go on to the High Elves. Those tree men are in real bad situation. I don't like it. 17. So that would be the Bolt Thrower. Bolt Thrower doesn't like those Treeman Brutes. Now, they are pretty brutal against the Treeman Brutes. They get 6 shots, AP1. And they hit on 4s, if I'm not mistaken. They hit on 4s, 6 attacks, AP1, 30-inch range. Let me just make sure they're in range. I'm more than certain that they are. 30-inch, plenty of range. So they're going to take out those brutes. 6 shots, needing 4s. Ooh, not 1 hit, all 1s and 2s, not even a 3. All right, so they're done. Let's move up our sword guys here. 12 inches. They're going to be right on top of here. That takes care of the swords. And now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 left. So let's just do regular 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the archers. The archers can see over them, and maybe taking out the scouts is a good idea. Yeah, let's go ahead and... No, you know what? I am going to take out... No, let's go after these guys here. 5 shots, needing... Since they're stealthy, they're going to need 5s. Ooh, very good roll. 3 hits. And then these guys are normally 5s, but because of cover, they get 4s. And they lose the last 2 guys just barely. So that was a good roll. The scouts are toast. And so we put a marker on them. Marker on them. All right, so I think it might be best. This tree giant could link my lines or leave these guys off on their own. They're not contesting it just yet. And I think I can handle getting hit once. This is going to be a tough sell here. Yeah, they're kind of bunched up here. It's not going to be easy for them to maneuver. So I'm going to see if I can continue to plug this up by putting the giant right there in the way. So now they go. There's really only two that can go because the swordsmen are being blocked. So it's really 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And so these guys are going to see if they can sketch on through. So they're going to turn. Now they're going to go over the terrain. So they're going to get to about, ow. They get to about there and have to stop. But at least they're in the front now. All right, and then I just got my owls left. Nothing really going on this flank. So let me fly over. They get 16. And so they're going to fly over here. And that's the end of the wood elves. The high elves just have the dragon princes and these guys right here. They're going to have to follow in. Let's see. Yeah, let's just go ahead and follow these guys right here because they're going to vacate. And they really can't do very much. And then these guys over here, they're going to have to back up their buddies here. So they're going to get to go there. And that's the end of turn 1. So you could see the limitations of the AI. They get bunched up. They're kind of, again, regiments isn't really geared for solo, I think, in my opinion. And so they're going to have, oops, this guy's over here. They're going to have problems anyway. And that's why you have the disadvantage of having to put out all your stuff first before they get to go. So now I've got a choice here. I have to figure out whether or not I want my Treeman Giant to go and take out these guys here, or do I want my swordsman to try to take out the white lions? And let's see. And see, the thing is that if I charge down this hill, so right now I have control of this. Let's see, is that 3? 1, 2, 3. I have control of 3. And 1's about to get controlled by my brutes as they swing around. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. I'm kind of bunched up over here too. So do I send these guys into the lions to try to bottle them up there? Or do I send in Tree Giant and do a double move? Because right now he's going to have 6 spell tokens because he's a caster 3, caster 2 here. And so what I can do is run and charge these guys and then cast that leader kill spell. What's it called? It is called Harvest, in which I could take out that leader because it actually makes this unit really good. I'm not too afraid of these guys coming into my tree giant because he can take it. And these guys are going to be, oh, they get number 4. So they've got number 4 here. And the other 2 are either not contested or contested. So the Wood Elves have 2 and the High Elves have 1. So decisions. What should I do? Honestly, I think I have to go after these guys here. Come down the hill. I'm not going to move them. They're just already in the place. And I'm going to use that wizard because now that wizard has 4 tokens. And I'm going to use regrowth. No, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to get +1 to my roll. And I'm going to do the harvest on that leader because he gives them protection. So he already gave these guys protection, which is +1 to their defense. So now they're 2 and they're 2. They get +1, +1. Let me get a thing here. So they get +1, +1 on their defense. All right, so I'm going to cast a spell. I need a 3 or better. Got it. So now it is a 3 hits on AP 4. So it really doesn't matter that he's a defense 2, for 4, defense 3, defense 4, defense 5, defense 6. So he's got to roll 6s, and he only needs 1 to survive, but if he misses all of them, then he's dead. And he's dead. So that takes out their leader, and that was another one that I had forgotten about in the last game. And now we go after these guys here. They are, so I get 9 regular hits. No, wait, I'm sorry. I get 8 regular hits and then 1 sergeant. So this will be the sergeant. They roll on 4s normally, so the sergeant gets 3s. And I'm going to add 4 more for the wizard. He hits on 4s as well. So he misses. Looking for 4s. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits. 7 hits on the lions. The lions get an extra protection. And they lose their protection because they used it on the thing. That's how I'm going to interpret it. So normally they get hit on 4s, but now it's going to be 3s they can block. And they're going to lose 2 guys. All right, so they lose 2 guys. And now they get 3 hitting back. They hit twice as many, so they're going to get 6 shots hitting on 3s. They lose that. So that's 4 hits. And no AP, but they defend on 5s. They defend 1, so they lose 3. So these guys lose, and they have a banner. So they do succeed on a 3. So they lose 3 guys. And they back up an inch. Yeah, close enough. So those 3 guys are toast. The white lions, they lose 2 guys because they're tough. This guy needs more repair. And so we go back over, well, not back over, this is going to be their first turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So these guys right here, well, they're blocked, so we'll just bump it up to the white lines. The white lines are going to charge them back. They have to hit on 6s now. So they get 6 shot needing 6s. They do get 1 hit, depending on a 5, so they lose another guy. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shots back. And the leader, well, the leader doesn't matter. And then the wizard. And they need 6s. They do get 1 hit, depending on a 4, and he fails. So they each lose 1. So it's a push. All right. So now they're used up. Wood Elves. I'm going to charge. I'm going to bypass these dragon princes. And we're going to charge the ballista with the owls. Donk. Wait, no. I'm going to hold off on them. I'm going to use my tree giant to charge here. And come down the hill. And he's going to cast that harvest spell, and he's going to boost it by 2. So that's going to give him that he's going to be reduced to 1 spell token now. And he needs a 2. And he got a 2. So that goes off. He's going to need 6s. And he blocks 1. So the leader survives. So good on him. He survives. And now we do the giant. So the giant gets a lot of attacks. He should wipe out those guys pretty easy. Tree giant starting with 4 rending. So that's 4 hits. Let's see, put 4 hits there. Rending, that's nothing. So they block on 4, so 2 of them die. Then we get 4 hits AP1. 4 swings, 2 miss. AP1, so they need 5s, and they block 1. And then the stomp is 6, needing 3s, AP2. So they need 6s, and they're wiped out. So these guys are toast. Almost got the leader, but now I've opened it up so that the leader can get me back. So the silver helms are wiped out. Doing a pretty good job of wiping out. So now what do? I can move forward 3 inches, or I can rotate. And to be honest, I think I want to rotate a little bit towards these guys just in case. Okay. So now it is the High Elves' turn. And they're losing units pretty quick. 2. So that's the Reavers. So what I'm going to do with the Reavers, try to get them out of the way. I'm going to go through this dangerous terrain because I really don't care about them. And so they're going to move, rotate, and move through here. They're going to get 5 dangerous terrains, so that's 1s. And they don't lose anybody, and they're going to shoot at these guys right here. They need 4s. So 2 hits. These are 5s. They block 1, they lose 1 guy. All right, so now I go. I would really like to wait till these guys charge here, and then I can counter by flanking them. So I'm going to hold off on these guys. going to go after the ballista with my owls. Again, you could see the inefficiency of the AI. Should have used the ballista already, but here we go with 6 impact hits and then 3 rending shots, needing 4s. Let's see, well, impact is just anything but a 1. They get them all. And so they defend on a 5. And they fail 3, so that's enough to kill the ballista. Now here's why these owls are amazing. Once I kill the ballista, now I'm going to rotate and get ready to wreck face on the dragon princes. All right, so they're used up. So let's see what the high elves are going to do. So they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm just going to use a regular die. So 1, 2, 3, 4 sisters. What will the sisters do? The sisters could go after the tree giant, but I think it's better if we handle what's going on in the middle here. So they're going to rotate and move a little bit and rotate. And they're going to shoot at these guys here. They are in cover. That's okay. Need 3s to hit. And these are rending. So they need 6s here. And then they get +1 defense, so 4 here. They lose 4. So this whole row is gone. That's 2, 3, 4. So take off these 2 guys here. Ah, this guy needs help. And he goes back. Put him there. All right, so sisters did their job, whittled these guys down to almost nothing. Still waiting on that. All right, I'm going to take this objective. Let's see, how far can I think I can move pretty far and get on the edge of that one so I can contest it and then move on. So they can move 12. Like so. All right, so those guys are used up. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? Yep. That's a reroll. That's a reroll. So 1, 2. So these guys are finally going to charge. That's what I was waiting for. They come in. With that leader, they're going to get +1, so they're going to hit on 3s. So they're going to get, I believe they got a good leader there too. Warriors, yeah, he's quality 3, so he's going to be quality 2. The sergeant's going to be quality 2. So let's see. So you got the sergeant, and then we've got the, I'll be doing the leader separately. He hits on 2s. Oh, he only hits 1, so that's an AP 1. And then we've got 1, so 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3s and 2s. So that's a hit. So, and then 5s and 6. So they block. So that is. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on a second. So It's a 4, got it, and 3s, because it's a giant. So he takes 2 wounds. 1, 2. Keep thinking it's these guys. All right, so now he gets to fight back, but he has to hit on 6s because he's fatigued. Let me just put a fatigued on him. And so he has 4 branch claws. He does get 1 hit for rending, which means that it's 6, so that's 1 damage. And then 4 hits, AP1, gets another 1. They need a 6, got it. And then 6 mace attacks, AP2. So it needs a 6, didn't get it, so it's 2 to 2. Now he has fear, which means he gets +2. And so they have to roll on the 3 quality, but they got a banner. So 2, and they got it. Wow. So they got to back off an inch. They lose 2 guys. All right, not too shabby. And now I can do my final maneuver, which is take these guys here. And he is going to, because he's got 4 things as well. And should he go after the leader? I think he needs to go after more units. So if he uses insect attack, 2 units can take 4 hits. Yeah. So that's probably the best thing to do right here. And he can boost it so that it's on a 2. And he hits. So 4 hits on the Reavers. They need 5s. And they block 3, so only 1 guy dies. That was really good on their part. And then the Swordmasters, they need 4s. And they only block 1, so they lose 3 guys. Ouch. Yeah. So that actually, much rather get after those guys than the Reavers, so that was a good trade. And then they're going to have 9 regular attacks, and then the Branch Wraith, let's see, Treeman Elder, excuse me. They all hit on 5s. They all have rending. Okay, so 4 for the Branch Wraith. And then we've got 9. It's 4. There. All right, so you need 5s with rending. Okay, so these are all misses. Wow, lots of misses. Got 2 Rens, which really doesn't matter because they're defense 5 anyway. So here are 5s, block 1, and here are 6s. So they lose 3. Right off the bat, you're going to lose that back row, except for the leader. And then they don't get to strike back because of the flank attack. They lost. They normally do it on 3. Banner gives them 2, but flank attack brings it back to a 3, and they pass. And so these guys are now all used up and fatigued. And so now the High Elves go. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4, that's a good move. So these guys are going to shoot at the... Yeah, the only really good target is the branch rate, so they get 5 attacks needing force. These guys back up a little bit. Three hits, needing 5s. Nope, so 3 guys die. Let's just take off the back rank. Got 2 guys left over here. 1, 2. And then we've got, so they're used up. Haven't used my archers yet. And everybody's kind of in the way. I'm going to move up, Yeah, these guys aren't going to last too long. Could go after the sisters, because they're just kind of sitting pretty over there. I've got to take out those lions. So if I move, where's my special thing here? If I move, these guys 6 right up here. Let's get these trees out of the way. I move 6 and then turn. I go here and then turn like this. So they're all still in the forest, fully within the forest, so they're going to get their +1 shots. Do I take out the lions or do I take out the dragon princes? That is the question. Because the dragon princes are probably going to turn towards the owls. And I do need to pepper them down a little bit. Oop, forgot this guy here. So I would like to go after... See, the lions would be a waste, so let's just go after the dragon princes and just hope for the best. So I get 8 regular shots, sergeant, and then the leader. So they're hitting on 3s, sergeant on 2s, AP 1. He missed. Oh my goodness, that's really bad rolling. And then hitting on 3s, nice. So AP 1 against them, which is 3, so 4s. Well, at least the bad rolling continued for them. They lose 4 guys. So pretend this is the champ here. And that was really good. If you throw enough arrows, you're going to kill some guys. And then see if they stick. Yep, they're good to go. And so the dragon princes are toast. I'm thinking the wood elves are a little bit tougher than I thought they were, especially with these glade guards. And I didn't even get my treeman brutes and my owls really into action here. So now we've got dragon princes or these sword masters that are totally whittled down now. Dragon princes are going to go, and you know what? They're going to turn to meet the charge there. And do I have anything left on the wood elf side? I think I do not. And so these guys here are going to slam into the flank of my tree guard. They get 2 attacks. One is going to hit on a 2. Hold on, I gotta sneeze. It's coming. I guess it went away. So they get 2 attacks, AP2. It doesn't really matter, so they're going to hit the white's on a 2, the other's on a 3. Both of them hit, need 6s. These two guys are toast. They're now below half. They lost, and so they need a 5, and they run away. So look at how fragile that unit is. That's what happens when you've got quality 5, even with the leader there. You get flanked like that, they're going to get totally toasted. So now, what looked like it was a sure victory for the Wood Elves, the High Elves are staking a comeback on their left flank. They've got plenty of firepower, possibly to deal with that. Tree Giant's the only thing holding them back. The middle section, well, let's see how they do on the middle section. But it is not looking good. You know what? If I had to pick, I would stick with the Wood Elves. I think the Wood Elves, this giant tree here, Tree Giant, still got 10 more wounds left on him. And so so now the High Elves, they take number 4. He's going to get 2 more or 3 more tokens, so he's back up to 4. And this wizard is up to 2 over here. Oh, man, what to do, what to do, what to do. Those Treeman Brutes didn't even get into the action. I think if I'm going to win, it's going to have to be this guy taking out the leader and blowing up the rest of his unit. I don't know if he needs magic. Maybe he could use the level 2 to go after these guys here and take his chances with this unit right here. I think that's what he'll do, and he'll start the turn. He'll boost it by 2 because it's probably the last time he really needs it. And so he only needs a 2, and he failed. Rolled a 1. Not good. Charge into here. It's getting crazy now. So he hits on 3s, 4 rending attacks. That's 2 hits. They need 5s. So they lose 3. And then 4 AP1 attacks. 4 AP1. So now they need 6s. So that's it. They're dead. So these guys are toast, including the leader. So they're out. And he's going to turn to deny the flank charge as much as possible here. And so he's used up. So now the High Elves goes. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 Dragon Princes, 10, 11, 17, 15, 20, come on, 11. So that's the Dragon Princes. They're going to fly right into, oops, got to take off these markers. They're going to charge into the Owls. And that's the Sergeant. So the Sergeant is going to get an impact hit, which is a hit. 4 defense, didn't get it. And then his lance attack, that's a hit, AP1. So 2 damage on an owl, which is okay. We can handle it. And I'm going to 3 rending attacks. So 2, 1 of them is a rend. So this is a regular 3-up save. Didn't get it. And then a 6, didn't get it. Doesn't matter, they're dead. And so the Dragon Princes didn't do very much. They're supposed to be An awesome unit. It did do some damage to the owls, but now the owls are freed up to go after the sisters. So that may not have been the optimal move there. Unless they stun them somehow. If their armor was able to hold, that rending did make a big difference. And so I'm going to shift my Glade Guard over so that they can see the lions better. And they're going to go ahead and shoot those lions. Actually, I'm going to save that move away. I'm going to leave them there. But the owls are going to go into the sisters here. And so they are in the flank. I mean, we can check. Let's take a look here. I've got this handy dandy thing. Might as well use it. And so what it says to me, if I can reach, is that it extends here. So these guys are in the flank. So they have flying, and the way I interpret it is they can go right into that terrain, no problem, and flank those sisters before they get a chance to do anything. Now my birds are tired, but that doesn't impact the impact as far as I know, and that's 6 impact, so that makes them pretty valuable. Anything but a 1, they all hit. They defend on a 5, 3 defense, and then they have to roll on 6s, rending and miss, so 3 dice, so 2 get to fight back on 3s. They hit, and then defend on 4s. They block them both. So, oh wait, flank they can't attack. So they lose 3. They need 3 to stick in the fight, and they do. So let's take out 2 sisters, and they hang in the fight. And that kind of helped from the fight with the Dragon Princes, because they couldn't use their full power, even though the impact was the main thing there. All right, so the sisters are pretty well devastated. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we could use a regular die now. 1, Reavers. So they're going to move their 8 inches, or 6 inches, and then turn, because they got all this terrain here. They got to do their dangerous terrain check, and they're okay. And then they get their 3 shots on the tree giant, or 4 shots, 1 hit, up, but they do damage to him. So he has got 3 hits now. All right, so now I go. Now I'm going to take my shots on the lions, try to wipe them out. Let's see, so 8 regular shots. 1. So the 1 needs a 2, the rest need a 3. And then they need 5s. Yeah, they're dead. So the lions are out. This is brutal. And then we've got the archers. So what I'm going to do is, let's see, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so these guys are going to charge into here. They should do a little bit better. Need a 2 and a 3. Both hit. AP 2. He defends 1, so that's 1 more damage. Could stun him. Let's see what happens. He's going to need 6s on all these. So rending, nothing. AP 1, 1 hit. Got 1 damage. And then we've got 6 AP 2s. Nothing. So it's a push. They lose one more guy. And he's tired now and used up. Let's see. So that gives us the opportunity to finish off the sisters, but these guys here, they are going to, ooh, they are needed there to, I'll bring in the brutes. All right, so these guys are going to move off here and charge. We are going to get a 2 spell thingy. What will that do? What kind of, it's flying. Might as well just hold on to it, see what happens. So we've got 4, 1, and then the sergeant. So sergeant hits on a 3, and the rest hit on 4s. And that is the Glade Defenders. Glade Leader. All right, so they don't have anything special about them. So we hit miss here. So that is 4. They need 5s to defend, and they're done. So the sisters are dead. High Elves just not performing very well right now. All they got left are the archers, and honestly, I'm going to go after the owls. So we'll spin here, because going after the giant just not going to do it for us. The owls are, I'm going to say they get cover. Okay, so we get 5 attacks needing 4s, 1 hit, and then a 3, and they blocked it. And so now we're going to rush our brutes. They are going to have to take a dangerous terrain check on the 1 model. So that's 3 dangerous terrain checks. And they take a damage. Kind of slipped on the ice, I guess. And so now we're going to turn 4, I believe. I believe this is 4. Forgot to put this down. The Wood Elves have 3 objectives. High Elves have 1 objective. There's 1 more up for grabs. I don't think they're going to be able to take this away. They could contest it, and that's about it. The rest of these, this whole flank is getting rolled up. So the Wood Elves actually went last turn. So I think I'm just going to override the AI. This is the obvious move here. Well, no, it's not the obvious move. I think this might be the obvious move. Take as many owls as possible before you get slammed. So there you go. All of them hit, and then 3s, they block them all. Okay. Well, going to go here. Going to boost the spell by 1 because he gets 3 tokens on them and them. And he gets a 1. So see if he kills him on rending. 2 regular. Actually block those. And then the rending he blocks. How about that? Then AP1 needs a 5. And he's dead. So this guy's toast. Going to turn here. Oh, they're going to lose that that objective because they're just going to turn here and go on to the objective. And so they're going to steal that from underneath the tree giant's nose. These guys are going to move onto the objective. I think the owls have the best chance. Well, these guys are going to move up, and he's going to zap them with his spell. Let's see, he didn't have, so he's got 4, so he's going to boost it by, so he only needs a 1. And so they take 4 hits, eating 5s. They lose 2. One, 2. And then the owls will attack. They get 6 impact and then 3 rending. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So miss 1. That's 5 defense. And they lose them all. And that's pretty much how it's going to end. The high elves take this one. The wood elves will take that one. So the wood elves actually win. This is a lot less decisive than it looks. The high elves have 2 objectives. The wood elves have 3 objectives. But except for the reavers, this is the only high elf left. And yeah, I hope it was nice and cinematic for you. I'm getting used to regiments. It just does take a little bit of practice to play, but I'm really digging it. I'm looking forward to playing actual real humans. So the dice didn't favor the high elves. I think I'm getting better at the wood elves and learning how to use the casters better to thin out the herd. I was always using it for regrowth, being defensive, and I believe that being offensive, especially going up against leaders, using that harvest to wipe out the leaders and make them much weaker. You know, the dragon princes usually are much tougher. You take out that leader, though, it's a real problem for them. So that's it for today, and I hope you enjoyed it.